Good morning. Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. Looks like there's nobody here. Good morning. Is there nobody here? I'm going to do the live drawing. Excuse me. For the free readings. But there's nobody here. Ah, here we go. We've got people coming in now. Thought there was something wrong. Okay, yeah, I'm going to do the live drawing for the free readings for October. Excuse me. My voice. I didn't test it out. No cat to say good morning to anymore. And so my voice is virgin this morning. I just realized just before I started this, I said something like, oh, I haven't said a thing since I woke up. Well, I'm here. Let's do the live drawing before we do those one question readings. So the draw for the free private readings with me in October. First of all, let's do the videos. So there was 121 videos in the month. Random number generator. There we go. And so let's find out which is the winning video. It's on the first page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, it's the full Love Tarot read from the 24th of October. Let's have a look at the comments. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 comments. How is everyone today? Good. And it's the 11th comment. Let me find it. Let me find it. How many did I just say? 13. 13 comments. That's the 13th. That's the 12th. Oh. The 11th is Llewllyn McCormick 9069. Congratulations. That's the winning comment. Oh, I haven't seen that name very much. So cool. And okay, so that's that done. Let's get rid of all of this. Oh, it's tricky. It's tricky doing this stuff live, and I'm only just ready for it. Good morning, Pietra. How are you? Get your one question readings in, because I'll be doing that next. And let's get the winning pick a card reader. Pick a card, deeper dive. Doodah. So how many have we got there? We've got so the winner of the free reading for October for the pick a card deeper dive purchase is Carla Rogers. Congratulations, Carla. You're the winner. Cool. So we'll get that prize out to you very shortly, or how you can book in for it anyway. Thanks everyone for entering. Don't forget, keep on clicking like on those videos and leaving your comments, being a subscriber to my channel, and that'll get your entries into the November draw, which will be drawn in the first live Psychic Cafe show of December. Okay. So let's get to it. We've got mini reads. We've got Nikki. If you want a mini read, I've popped a link for it in the live chat there. You can book in now if you want. And we've got Nikki booked in. Thank you for booking in, Nikki. Nikki's first question: Is there any dormant ancient gifts to tap into in my hometown? I'm very drawn to the ancient site here, something I feel very connected to. Oh, Nikki, interesting question. Dormant ancient gifts to tap into in Nikki's hometown? No, no, but let's find out about that ancient site. Let's find out about that ancient site. Interesting. Fear of lack and forgive self. So, no, there's something about... It's kind of turning on you, this, Nikki. This is saying you're looking in the wrong places. Why is that? Because fear of lack. Almost like familiar places. You don't need to look in the familiar places. Let's see, ancient site. Wait and refocus. Okay, your wish for further, what did you call it? Ancient gifts has been heard by the universe, and it's bringing you to those new places. But you got the wait card, so it's not necessarily going to be in a hurry, but trying to find them in your hometown, it's saying is coming from a fear of lack. In other words, what did I say before? That familiar places, it's not going to be in a familiar place that you're sent to next. That wait card, I'm getting something from that. Nikki, it's not necessarily come around in a hurry. You know, sometimes we want that, don't we? We want the magic to be like bam, 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 bam. Remember like when we had our spiritual awakenings, you know, and the magic used to be thick and fast, and it was really exciting, and we want to get back into that again. It's like when you first start meditation, you have a really good meditation and it's fantastic, and then like years down the line you're like, I wish I could have that feeling again, but you can't, you see, because it's not new anymore. It's slower after that, and it's not the instant hits. You've got a similar kind of an energy with all of this too. Number 2, I was recently stung by a honeybee, which felt like a shamanic initiation. I feel it too. I felt it too. Reading that, recently stung by a honeybee. A gift in some way. I studied an ancient Greek feminine oracle group called the Melissae some years ago. It felt like a shamanic initiation for me too, as soon as I read that, yes. I'm not sure. Well, let's try these cards. To tap into this energy. Appreciate self and cleanse. It was a cleansing kind of a thing. Yes, definitely a healing kind of a thing. Isn't that interesting? You know what? It's reminded me of something. When I was living in Australia in Byron Bay, I had a back and neck problem. I'd gone really stiff in my neck and my back, and I was really having a hard time of it. And as I was walking around really strangely, I used to get that a fair bit. In the UK, I used to get it a fair bit. Anyway, so I had this sore neck, which is kind of today too, but not the same, you know when you're just kind of stiff like that and you can't even move it. I was like that. Anyway, I went for a swim in the ocean, and I was just like diving through the waves, and one of the waves picked me up. So I went to dive under it. It was a bigger wave. It had more energy to it than I was expecting. And it picked me up and it smacked me on the sand underneath the water. And I got out. I was a little bit flustered. And I got out of the ocean and my neck was completely freed. I'm like, oh my God. The ocean just gave me an adjustment and it completely freed me up. And my eldest son was on the beach at the time. And I got out and I was like, the ocean just dumped me. And he said, yeah, I saw you. I don't know, my legs must have been up in the air, out of the ocean or something, but he saw it happen. It was a good thing anyway. It's like when nature knows what it is that you need, and it gives you what appears to be something negative, but it's exactly what you need to fix a problem. And this is about, You know, when we're in tune as well, and we're living this spiritual life when we're in tune, we do tend to get gifts from nature like that. So you're absolutely right. But it's to cleanse something. It's about your heart. Be firmer and warmth. It was a heart cleansing. I hope that means something to you. But yes, absolutely, absolutely that. It was a healing thing from nature. Very nice. There you go, Nikki. Thank you. Okay. What have we got now? Anyone else want to book in for one of those one question readings? You're very welcome to right now. But meanwhile, I'll get on with the picking cards out for what we need to know with regards to getting into healthy relationships. But first of all, I need to get some moisture on my hands because they are dry. Wow, did you see my makeup for yesterday? Happy Halloween for those of you still in Halloween at the moment. I had a lot of fun getting dressed up. It was a tiring afternoon, all the walking involved and all of that. And then I came back really early, like 7:30. I couldn't do the partying afterwards, it's just too much. But there's so much makeup that I had on. It looked great, I looked really scary. But so much makeup, oh my God. It felt like I used half a kohl pencil. I got that way that the black eyeshadow wasn't black enough, so I ended up kind of completely coating my lids in kohl. Is that how you say it? Kohl, like the black pencil that's quite waxy, eyeliner pencil, not the gel ones, not the new gel ones, the real like tarry ones, you know, that you can smudge out, those ones. I had so much makeup on. It all came off pretty good though. I was using my Gokogen cleansing oil. A few pumps of it in my hand. My face was completely black. Taking it off. What great fun though. There's some lot of little pumpkins. It was the kids thing. Kids Halloween on this island, and we go from business to business, walking like a parade, all dressed up with the kids, and they all have their bags and the pumpkin, you know, plastic pumpkin things to collect the goodies from each of the businesses along the way. And then we have a party on the beach, one of the beach places, with games and food and stuff, again given by the businesses, the local businesses. It's so much fun. I love it. Hey Laura. Yeah, the makeup was intense. And unfortunately I didn't have time to practice the makeup this time, and I wish I had, because I would have done it slightly differently. I'll be better at it next time, let's put it that way, if there is a next time with that makeup. But it's fun. I love getting dressed up. We had a great time. So that's that. So let's get some cards out for the collective. Good to see you, Laura. So we've got our winner. We've got Carla. Carla Rogers won the pick a card read private reading, and where's the other one? The other one was, I've gone off, I left it on. Dang, I should have written that down. What name did I say? Oh well, I'll be able to watch the replay, find out what I said. Anyway, I've got two winners there. Let's get some cards out for people that want to get into healthy relationships. Oh, tomorrow is new Apple Watch day apparently. I hope it arrives a day early though. That would be nice if I get a surprise today. It's been storming here. Storming all night. Humidity is interesting. You know when people say, when I was a kid, I'm talking about weather and how it affects us now. When I was a kid, we used to have a barometer on the wall. My dad used to tap it in the morning, and it used to say what the weather was going to be like based on atmospheric conditions, you know? And one thing I used to notice when I was a kid is I would get headaches, and headaches were on the days where the It was heavy. Close is what my dad used to call it, when the weather was close, you know. So when the pressure was high, I would get a headache. And now, when it's excuse me, when it's stormy and raining a lot like this, I went training yesterday morning, and my body is just like achy, and it moves really slowly, and it's like the water gets into your joints and stuff and seizes you up as if we're machines, you know. And it's interesting because I was talking to my friend who was training too, Thai lady, and she said, yeah, the same for her when it's raining. Do you get that too? It's like we get a bit creaky and a bit, you know, achy and slow body. It's hard to work out with our fast twitch muscles on a rainy day. So I'm feeling a bit sluggish in my body because the weather's affecting me. The sunshine and perfect conditions that we have most of the year around here are just what I function best on. Okay. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. Hard work that we're putting in pays off. Okay, and this is for those of us wanting to get into healthy relationships. We're talking about divine masculine, divine feminine. Those that are working on themselves, healing themselves, and getting ready and intentionally wanting to get into much better relationships as a result, because they've been doing the work. And then once you've been doing the work, you won't settle for anything less, really. You're looking for someone else that's doing the work too. The Four of Pentacles, holding our energy back. Okay, so that's Eight of Pentacles with the Four of Pentacles. It's like, hold your energy back until the favourable circumstances, until like the right person is in front of you. It's just cold there. I'm not too bad. I say I'm not too bad in the cold. I mean, I'm not like slow moving like that in the cold, but I do not like the cold. I'm not good in cold at all. I find it very difficult to cope with. I find it very difficult to stay warm. Really. It gets freezing there, doesn't it, in Canada? Holy crap, really, really cold. The coldest that I've ever been in is -9. That's when I went to Iceland. Always in the UK, where I grew up, it used to get to about -3, -4. That would be the coldest. In Australia, it would get to about +9. Would be the coldest. Here, the coldest it gets to is about 24. I'm spoiled. I've got the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is about not knowing what to choose, not knowing like what to do, what to choose. Like, I'm not sure. So there's this feeling here that we might have that we're like, I don't know what to do, because I know that I want the hard work that I've been putting in to pay off, and I'm kind of waiting for the right person to come in, but it doesn't seem to be happening. So what shall I do? Says the Two of Swords. I don't know what to do. King of Cups. Someone with feelings for us. The Emperor. Divine Masculine. Now, whenever I see that kind of combination, I'm feeling like the Emperor steps up, right? Divine Masculine steps up. It was a bit of a rush job this morning with my makeup, because my alarm woke me up. My hair's really fluffy because of what I did to it last night. It had product on it. Oh, thank you, Antoinette. Glamorous. Nice. And the Wheel of Fortune. Time. In time. Okay. You know what? Someone's got feelings for us, is what this is saying. But in time, they are going to step up and be the Emperor. So, you know how we're looking for someone that's working on themselves. That's a good thing. They're stepping into that Emperor energy, the one that takes the lead. But they're not quite there yet, you know? And so they're just, it feels like fledgling, you know? They're just kind of trying to emphasize. And perhaps you're probably the biggest, scariest thing kind of thing to try it on with. But they might be doing it, you know, within their work, getting more empowered, that kind of thing. And being more courageous, being more of a leader, and they're yet to step forward and step into that leadership role with the Divine Feminine, yeah. Because we are the scariest, for sure. Oh. Right now it's got down to below 0. Minus 40 in the heart of winter. You see, I can't even imagine what that would be like. I just imagine it like a cartoon, you know. I'd walk out the door and then I would just like freeze and then shatter to a million pieces. I can't even imagine what that temperature's like, but I wouldn't do well in it. Even if it's minus at all. Like last time, was it last time? Maybe. Last time I was in the UK, that was a long time ago. It would have been about probably about 5 degrees, and I really wasn't coping very well at all. It made me feel very tense, you know, because like I was having to tense up my muscles to stay warm, and it made me feel stressed. Oof, no, can't stand it. It's cold enough in here with the aircon on. It's cold like that. Oh my God. You're all like cartoons breaking into pieces. It must just sap all the heat out of you. And then we've got the King of Swords. King of Swords, feminine version of the King of Swords, meaning that you're going to have clarity on this when the timing is right. Okay. So we'll have more clarity once the time is right. So we don't need to figure out what to do. We don't need to do anything. We've just got to wait and give the Divine Masculine time to break in his new shoes, you know? Do you remember that when you were a kid, breaking in your new shoes? Shoes used to be so hard, like hard leather. Just get fitted for them, with the width of your foot and the length of your foot too. Did you guys have that too? Go to the shoe shop and they'd pull out the thing and they'd measure your foot side to side and the length, and you'd get the right width shoes so they didn't squish feet until you're an adult, and then it gets squishy shoes that wreck your posture. But yeah, they used to be such hard leather that you'd have to break them in and wear them around the house first. Anyway, Divine Masculine, breaking the shoes in, the new shoes in, trying to emphasize this Emperor kind of an energy. So we've got to give them time and space to do that, to step up. Because we are the scariest, for sure. So I had so much product in my hair yesterday to make it like boofy. You didn't have shoes like that, didn't you? Ooh, interesting. How old are you, Lara? My parents always took me to the places where they did that. They wouldn't let me have the shoes that were just like the cheapo shoes. Not until I was older. We went to the Clark shop. They were more expensive. I took my kids to the same place as well. Yeah, and there was different. There's the size, but then there'd be like A, B, C, D, E, depending on the width of your foot. And you get the right width. They should have that now for adults. For everybody. Early 40s. So, you see, my eldest son is 30, and I had him in those shoes too. So it was just about going to the right store that actually did that. We had them in the UK anyway, and it was Clark's that did it. Oh, see, it's all a little bit difficult. Everything's a little bit difficult when it's raining. It has been raining. It's not raining right now. It's sunny. My new workout bench arrived yesterday, but it arrived once I got my Halloween makeup on. Well, it was while I was doing it, and I was getting ready, and I was sat here in my little red dress, doing my Halloween makeup, and the poor delivery lady arrived with the box with my workout bench, and also with some new hair things as well to make my hair curly overnight instead of just the frizzy thing that I do. I've got some real things, so we'll do that soon. It should make it more wavy. We'll see. And I'll show you, in fact. Yeah, she arrived with these. I didn't even have time to open these. It's like thing that you wrap your hair around. You wrap your hair around and then you do this. And then you stick it in this and then you sleep on it overnight. It makes it wavy. Anyway, she showed up with the bag of that and the boxes, and I went out and scared her. Everyone was laughing at me in here, in this resort. So I've got that to put together. We've got omens. Signs. Who's getting signs? I don't know. Someone's getting signs. That's the Tower card. And I think the Tower card is the omens card in this deck. I'm not going to read it out. I don't want to. I think the Tower card is the omens card in this deck because we get signs. We can go solo. What I mean by that is, if we just tuned into ourselves and our emotional guidance system, and we're present and we notice the signs within ourselves and how we're feeling, we can, that's a really good guidance system. We can go solo, like without other guidance and all of that kind of thing, without the universe stepping in. The tower moments happen when the universe has got to step in because we've been ignoring the signs, because see, unfortunately, this is what we're trained to do as humans, to just kind of, this is what we're schooled in, to be a good citizen, you know, part of society, to resist the urge to get up and run around and instead stay sat down in an office or sat down in a school and learn, you know. We're taught to push down all those feelings and following what it is that we want to do, and we're told, no, you shouldn't do that, you should instead do what we want you to do. And so we're trained over time to ignore our inner guidance, is what it is. And if you get to the point as an adult where you go, F that, I want to follow my inner guidance, people don't like it, because you start doing all kinds of things that normal people don't do. And you start breaking the rules, and you start saying no, and you don't go to the office anymore, and you're like, I can't work in these conditions and stuff like that. We start doing stuff, right, that makes us a loose cannon when it comes to ordered society. You know? So most of us are in between, somewhere in between, right? Because we want to be part of everything, and so we comply. We don't always do exactly what is in our guidance to do, because part of us wants to be part of civilized society. And so when we are schooled in lists, ignoring our guidance, it's like, don't take the day off because you're tired, go to work instead, you know, that kind of thing. We get tower moments. We get tower moments when the universe steps in, going like, I've given a sign after sign after sign, and she's too worried about consistent money instead, you know, or something like that, which is important to us humans, right? But it's not to our guides, really. Anyway, someone's getting omen signs, tower moments, universe stepping in. I did see a certain somebody yesterday. In fact, I saw two certain somebodies. Both of them, one of them has obviously got feelings for me, like blatant. The other one seems to have. The other one that seems to have, he's more ideal for me, I would say. But I don't really know him that well. Anyway, we're getting signs. To start something new, the Fool, to take a risk, to be courageous, to step out into the unknown. Oh, you get loads of hassle and bad treatment. Well, that happens often when we are conditioned to it. Antoinette, when we get used to it. Like I said, when we get like trained to put up with stuff like that. I mean, I don't know what's the case for you, but I was very much taught to put up with abuse. I was, because it was happening in the family, and so to get by, that's what we learn as a child. How do we get by? How do we survive? How do we fit in, get by, get our needs met within whatever environment that we're in with the people that we're around? And if there's bad behaviour, which there is a massive amount of bad behaviour in the world now, like a ridiculous amount, it just seems to be getting worse and worse, or perhaps it's just the same, just we just get to see it more because of the internet, right? But wow, yes. So when you're conditioned to putting up with it, things like you're the wrong one for calling out their bad behaviour. You're the wrong one for, calling them out. That happens, right? It gets us to go against our initial guidance. Now, the initial guidance could have been when we were a kid, the tantrums and stuff like that. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Attention deficit and things like that, or bad behaviour in kids being labelled as attention deficit. Perhaps it's, well, when we're kids, we're more like drunks. We're more like we don't have our the inhibitions, the part of us that stops ourselves from doing what we feel, or saying what we feel, or reacting emotionally in the way that we feel. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, when you are conditioned like that to kind of put up with it, and you don't have this empowered stance of like, don't mess with me or you'll be in trouble. Those people that will do that, they're only drawn to do it. It's like the bullies are only drawn to the disempowered ones, because they're the only ones that will get away with it. They don't get away with it with the empowered ones. And that's why you find at school, boys being best of friends after they've beat each other up, because one tries to bully the other, stand up for themselves, and then they can be friends, because it's like, oh, you're empowered too. It's that kind of thing. That's the way that guys do it. They do it by punching each other. Well, thank you, Antoinette. I kind of threw it together. I am getting better at it. I've been following Nikki LaRose. She teaches me better makeup. I think it's just, there's so many makeup channels, and they've just got beautiful eyes. I mean, like eye skin and stuff like that. Even the older ones, not like my eyes. My eyes are baggy, saggy. There are some like influencers, not influencers, but makeup tutorial kind of people on YouTube that have like hooded eyes, but they're still like taut up, just like one hood on it. I've got multiple hoods and hangy skin, and it's all baggy, and it's all very different. So if I follow like the young ones that are doing the makeup, if I do it the same way as them, it just doesn't look the same on me. Anyway, Nikki LaRoche has got one hooded eye, and she did this amazing tutorial where it's like you look ahead and you find where your crease should be. Now where my crease should be, you can kind of, you can see where I put the makeup on. It's way up high. I never used to put it that high before. And as soon as I'm like, oh, that's what you're meant to do. You're meant to do it as if you have got like taut eyes, and just pretend that all that sagginess isn't there, and then do it above. And since I've done that, it does look a lot better. Still, I've only just got into makeup, and I find it very creative. I like it. Especially the fun makeup like I did yesterday. Anyway, Divine Masculine's having signs here to start something new. It could even be Divine Feminine as well. To be courageous, to step into the courage. They're getting signs, or they're getting pushed into it, is the Omens card, the Tower card. Oh God, the Devil. Devil comes out where there's like obsession. Okay. When the universe kind of pushes us into getting obsessed with someone. Why does it do that? Why does it do that? We get signs after signs, and we get the perfect readings about them, and it turns out that it's not true in the end, like they're not the ones for us, but it's almost like the universe wants us to get obsessed with somebody. And this, you know, all the synchronicities are around, and they're everywhere, and it's like that's that energy. So the universe is turning it up on whoever we're talking about here. To start something new, the signs are there to the point of obsession. Obsession. Mind of water. Oh, look at these. And Venus too. The 3 of water. So this one, Maiden of Water. She's playful, she's light, she's going with the flow. And Venus, very attractive because of it. So she's really pulling this divine masculine in. It's definitely the divine masculine then, getting those signs. And the divine feminine energy is just like come here. They're very attractive with that Maiden of Water and the 3 of Fire. Venus, she's got it. The 4 of Earth. 4 of Earth is about holding our energy back, but I think is it stones and crystals? I can't remember. In this deck, it's not normal. This deck is not normal. It's not normal tarot. Yeah, it's stones and crystals, I was right. It's power, resources, and energy that have been collected and stored. Oh, it's similar to normal energy, normal tarot energy. Put in a safe place until needed. This is a time to store, to save, to conserve. There'll come a time when all that you've saved will come in handy. So feeling like of holding back here. Who's holding back? Divine feminine. Divine masculine, both, I think, at the moment. Manifesting it. Okay, the elements. Manifesting it. Now, this Magician card, the elements card, it's all the aces put together. The aces are like seeds of things. Seeds of all the resources that we've got. So the seeds of our intellect, when we're talking about relationships, that would be the choosing the compatible partner. The seeds of the wands, that would be attraction. The seeds of, what's the other ones? Pentacles, stability. And the seeds of cups, of course, of love. The heart. So it's manifesting with all of those. Something about being balanced here as we gain a balance. I'm more swords at the moment when it comes to relationships. I'm more looking for compatibility. Well, the ones is there, you know, the attraction is there, that's important too. But compatibility more than anything at the moment. I've realised, so as we're listening to Andrew Huberman the other day. Is it Huberman or Huberman? Somewhere in between. And he was talking about having an inventory of your life, of like what phases that you've been through, like what were the important things throughout your life at different stages of your life, and what were you kind of learning, and what phase, and what phase are you in right now? Right now I'm in a selfish phase. It's all about me. And it's the first time these last couple of years, this last few years, that I've really been putting myself first and doing the self-love thing. And it's really important to me, that. And I'm the strongest stance ever that I've ever been, that I won't just let anything into my life. And I'm not just talking relationships. I'm talking anything. I won't let just anything in or anyone into my life, not in any way. I'm very selective now, because it's about time little Claire was taken care of properly like this, you know? And from that stance, I'm like the good parent that is super protective. of me. Like the parent that's super protective of the child, to the point of you're not allowed to do that. Oh, one of my friend's kids yesterday had some ice cream at the party. She's not even a year old, and a dad said to me, this is the first time she's having ice cream. I'm like, wow. And then he told her mum. Well, she saw that she's having ice cream and she wasn't so sure about it. You know, I remember having my first kid and I wanted them to have a perfect diet too. Is that overprotective to the point where you can't even have ice cream, you know? I'm like that with myself at the moment, but it's a good thing. Anyway, that's what phase I'm in at the moment. And like I said on Monday, I'm not really trying to manifest a relationship. If I was, I would make it happen. I'd be out there and I'd be doing stuff. But I'm feeling it's most important for me now to be in this energy because I'm loving it, really taking care of myself. I'm absolutely loving it. Little Clara is very happy right now. And give it up for what? For what? To be in a relationship, to be seen to be in a relationship? No, it's got to really add a lot to my life. And so in a way that is manifestation, isn't it? Rather than I'm going to go out there and get myself a boyfriend, which I could do that in the next 5 minutes. I know where one is right now. I could go and do that. But I'm not doing it. I'm not being the one taking action like that. You see, this is how we get the divine masculine to step up, right, into that leadership role, is that when you're holding that energy, then they're like, wow, there's a keeper. You know, that's someone that's really taking care of themselves. That is someone, we're talking about divine masculine here, they're doing the work on themselves too. They're in the same place. They won't just let anything in. I love where I live. It is peaceful, apart from the power tools lately, but they are renovating all these places. It's beautiful, this island, I love it. And especially on days like yesterday where we're doing that. You know, there were some tourists that came along toward the end of the party. They had 2 little kids. They were obviously like walking on the beach and they just kind of wandered into the party. And there was all these cupcakes, amazing cupcakes. Oh my God, they were amazing. I don't usually allow little Claire to eat stuff like that very often, but wow, like Halloween themed cupcakes, and they were just so good. I got it half all down my dress. And anyway, these tourists, they showed up and they were pointing at the cupcakes because they looked amazing, and I was stood near them. And they said, are these for sale? And I said, oh no, they're free. Take them, the kids can have them, you can have them, they're free. And she was very confused, this lady, because a lot of communities wouldn't do that, right? Just have free stuff for the kids' party. It's just like anyone can join in, anyone's welcome, you know. And so they were confused, and they didn't take any. And then they went to talk to my friend Anthony, who was manning the ice cream at the time, manning it. Because we had like big tubs, you know, and no ice cream scoops, so they were like using spoons and like a big serving spoon. That didn't work very well for ice cream. Anyway, just making do with whatever they had. And they went and asked him, like, can we go like anywhere in the island and find this stuff going on? And he said, oh no, this is the party for the island kids. And so, you know, this is the only one. There isn't like multiple organizations on the island doing this. We all group together and do that. And it's amazing here. It's an amazing community feel. Really beautiful community. I would have loved to have grown up here. It must be amazing to be a kid here. Unfortunately, probably not being a teenager here. I don't think it's a good place for that. A lot of kids will leave the island to go to school on the mainland if they're Thai, or somewhere else if they're Western for schooling, We have a few schools here, but I think if you want an education, if you want that balance too, it's probably not the best place to be, just because it's a small island, you know. So the resources for that, and resources like we don't have big shops or anything here, which in one way is really good, because you get to eat really cleanly, you know. We don't have a lot of junk. Well, there is junk in all the shops, but we don't have like massive supermarkets or anything like that with a lot of choice of all that junk. It's very basic what we can buy here, and I mean, you can't go shopping. Do you know what I mean? You can't go shopping like you can in other countries. I remember it's like, well, let's go shopping. You know, that would be like a day pursuit, and you could go around shops and like look at things and buy shit. You can't do that here. There's nowhere to do that here. It's not an option. That's why I want to go to the dentist on the other island. That is an option on that island. You can just go shopping, and I do. It's nice to do that, clothes shopping and stuff. You wore clocks when you were young. They measured your foot, right? Yes. Measure your feet and the width of your feet. We need that back for everybody. Wide toe box shoes for everybody. Foot-shaped shoes instead of the ones that squeeze our toes together. And it just causes so many problems. I've got look, under my table here. It sits under my desk all the time. It's a lacrosse ball. Brilliant. These ones for rolling your foot around. Why do I need to roll my foot around? Because I was running in trainers that are too narrow. And they're too narrow for my feet. And so it squishes my feet when I run. And it causes my gait to be wrong for my ankles to roll in, because my imagine if you were walking on your hands and you were doing that. Imagine walking on your hands like that. You can't do it. You've got to spread your hands out to get that load right, you know. When your toes aren't spread out like how they should be, it affects every part of your body, and so it's not good. So I've got wide toe box running shoes now, like trail shoes. So I roll my foot because it's made my arch drop a bit. Feels good. Oh, look, 2 of water, the love offer. Manifesting that love offer. Yeah, someone's got to step forward. I mean, it's not that much to ask, really, is it? People say to me, oh, why are you single? It's like you'd be amazed at how many guys don't ask. It's like you could have anyone. It's like literally nobody's asked me out. I go on the dates when people ask me out. If I'm asked out on a date, I go out on those dates. I'm not saying that I always would if there was like a load of offers coming in, but it happens perhaps 3 times a year. And it's always the tourists. It's never the guys that live here. They don't ask me out on dates. It's that simple. All they need to do is ask me out on a date. But if they're not going to even do that, there's a severe lack of investment in a relationship if they won't even do that. You know, if they won't get to know me on a one-on-one level, to spend time and have a conversation with me. I ain't interested. I'm not interested in them being drunk and standing next to me and having that Dutch courage to talk to me and not having a proper conversation with me. That's not enough for me. That's a severe lack of investment, and I don't want to be with someone like that. My lifestyle is not that. I will go out occasionally. I love being with my friends and having fun and all of that kind of thing, but it's not a mainstay of my lifestyle at all. And so I don't want to be with someone like that either. They'll want to do different stuff than me. So lifestyle compatibility is important for me. Knight of Chalices. So we are manifesting it, is what this says. There's something about having a balance of those seeds that we're planting there. The Knight of Chalices. Someone's looking on with love. Obsession. That's that. I was getting the omens, the summerlands and llamas. So the tower, the fool, and the devil. Someone's being pushed into it by the universe to step up and be courageous. To the point of obsession. So the universe putting them in front of us to the point of obsession, to get them obsessed. It happens, doesn't it? We fall for people. It's like when you start working intensely with someone and then you kind of fall for them. When someone is in our presence a lot, there is that, you know what I mean? There's that falling for each other kind of thing, isn't there? So if someone keeps on being placed in front of you over and over again, you pay attention. It's like that whole thing, isn't it? I can't remember the details of it, but there's a series of questions that you can actually put two people in front of each other. There's like a massive, and they ask each other these questions, these specific questions, 40 questions or something like that. There's a massive likelihood that they'll fall in love with each other. But I think it's the microbiome. Did you all watch my microbiome video on my other channel? Finally got around to doing a video for my other channel. The science isn't great on microbiome, but we're finding out more and more. And it seems that those with wide, diverse microbiomes, not that they can really test that much for it, but they can take poop samples and see that there's diverse microbiomes. Diverse microbiomes lead to longevity. But like I said, the science isn't really there to figure out why yet. But the gut feeling that we have is actually coming from our gut. It's coming from the microbiome. The microbiomes do more. We are a community. There's more DNA in our bodies than there's a bigger proportion of other DNA in our bodies than our own DNA. Did you know that? We are more a community than we are ourselves in our bodies. Isn't that wild? There's more DNA from other beings in us than our own DNA. I find that wild. Anyway, so they're a big deal. Our microbiome are a big deal, these biota that are in our stomachs. And it gives us gut feelings. Well, here's my hypothesis. And I've often wondered about this. Why are we attracted to someone else? Why are we attracted to someone else and not to someone else? So there used to be that, oh, it's about pheromones, but science has shown like it's not about pheromones at all. That's already been debunked. Pheromones are a thing, but that's not what attraction's about. I think it's the microbiome. Why? Because we are these communities and we get rewarded for keeping these communities that are within us alive and diverse. Imagine we're like a city and we get like city awards for making it very comfortable and giving them the right stuff. Well, what of pairing with someone else? What do? You kiss them, you share your bugs, you share your microbiome. You do. Isn't the microbiome that are choosing our partners for us? There's attraction, the microbiome getting all excited in your belly. That is my hypothesis, and I hope scientists will take that hypothesis and find out. Oh, that would be great. It's often baffled me because oh my God, I've just realized something. The healthier I've become, especially when I'm eating really good, the less I am attracted to people unless they're really healthy. So what is that from a microbiome perspective? That is a healthy, diverse microbiome wanting to be with a healthy, diverse microbiome. The microbiome's wanting to share with other healthy microbiomes. You know what? You know what they have done? They've implanted poop from an obese mouse into a healthy weight mouse, and the healthy weight mouse gets obese. You don't want the microbiome from the sick people. I think there's something to it, you know, and it wouldn't surprise me if the microbiome were actually more in control of the show than we are. It wouldn't surprise me if we find out that we have less control of ourselves than the microbiome has control of us. And that's freaky to me. That's freaky to me as doing this, because then I wonder who I'm channeling. Who am I channeling? Am I channeling the microbiome? Are they the higher beings? It could be true, you know what? It could be true. Isn't that wild? We say go within. Listen to our bellies. Isn't that wild? Anyway. Check out my other channel, Self-Care Claire. You can find a link for it in any video that I do in the description box. And watch it. There's not many people watching it. I want to do more videos on that one. It's tricky at the moment because the internet's crap here at the moment for upload speeds, and I just end up having to work constantly on this channel. I mean, the workload is normal from a recording, but the upload speed makes it so that I can't finish the editing process, the upload process, and everything that goes with it. It draws out my working day. What have we got here? We've got the Emperor. Okay, so the Knight of Chalices, they've got a bit of an obsession going on there. And yeah, Divine Masculine, they've got to step into that Divine Masculine energy, which means taking the lead. We already know this. You've told us this already. Tell us something new. Okay. Two of Swords, not sure, they're not sure, they're not sure. Don't know, I don't know what to do, don't know what to do. Five of Swords. Five of Swords is about reaching higher. It's about competition too. I think they've got competition. How do they think they've got competition? Aren't they looking around in the world and seeing that there's hardly any Divine Masculines? So they're not appreciating themselves. Still got makeup in my eyes, I mean from yesterday. Okay, they think they've got competition. They're not sure because they think they've got competition for you. Four of Chalices, there's this dreamy state of like, oh, they're the best. I don't want the rest, they're the best. Perhaps the microbiome is telling them that only the Divine Feminine will do. Am I the only person that thinks of microbiome like this? I am a bit of a geek. I'm into the sciencey stuff. Around FELF. That's health and fitness, by the way. FELF. My brain put them together. I'm not sure it's this card, but it's definitely this one. The Queen of Pentacles. She's stable. Divine Feminine stable, and the Six of Pentacles. Reciprocation energy. Yeah. On the same page. You need to go to bed. No worries. Thank you, Shelley. No worries, Antoinette. Thank you for coming along. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe before you click off. Okay. Well, that's what we've got. That is what we've got. It's 9 o'clock, so let's finish it there. Thanks, everyone, for coming along. Any of those one question readings that are booked in from now will be done on Friday's show. So let's do this all over again in 2 days' time. See what the microbiome have got to tell us then. that's it. That's all I want to say. Oh, it's a little bit high. I like to position it so it's just right there. Anyway. Have a good one, everyone. Have a good couple of days, and I'll do a pick a card read today. I'm not sure what it's going to be on yet, but I'll do it. No worries. You can watch the replay, Shally. There we go. Have a good one, everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye.